Let's take you to the street. writing is a very good metaphor for life. How often do we get in the curves and we see things changing and we want to slam on our brakes in the middle of the curve? And the truth is, when you slam on your brakes in the middle of an arc, in the middle of a curve, you throw everything out of balance. But if you ease, and the word is ease, off the throttle, and when you get in there to that arc and you really don't know what to do, give it just a little gas, and by nature, it will pull you through the curve. That's how you can tell a good rider and a successful person. They don't break in the middle of the curve and throw everything out of balance. You don't stop living when you come up against a challenge. You back off, you ease off, you get the feel of it, and then you just roll with it. And life always pulls you through. And that's the thing with riding a motorcycle. It's the same thing. People are afraid of curves when they're riding also, because they feel like they don't have any control. But there's two ways to ride in a curve. You can lean into the curve, or you can counterbalance. Just like in life. Things don't feel good in life. Sometimes, if you have a cold, you lean into it. You turn the phone off, you let your body rest, and you surrender. And you're leaning into the situation. It doesn't mean you're giving up. It doesn't mean you're not moving forward. It's that you're not fighting it. You're leaning into it. There are other times when you counterbalance it. Something comes up in life, it doesn't feel good, and you're in it, and you know that it wouldn't be to your advantage to lean into it, but you counterbalance. You lean away from it and apply something else. Apply the weight of what you know. Apply the weight of faith. Apply the weight of trust. Apply the weight of love. And that's called counterbalance. And that, too, will bring you through the curve. Just like people don't realize that a lot of times we stop just before the miracle occurs. It's like this tea, for instance. You have the water heated up, and water boils at 212 degrees. You don't need boiling water to make tea. You can do it at 211 degrees. But the difference between something boiling is 1 degree. Mm-hmm. The difference between some of us making it is 1 degree. It's not a big span, it's just 1 degree. Mm-hmm. So we heat things up, we keep heating them, and then we quit because we think we can't do it anymore. And we're just 1 degree from being on fire, from bringing it to a boil.
Wow.
But see, we don't think about that. We don't make the relationship.
Right.
That's what the greats did, the Aristotles, the Platos, the great thinkers. They always used nature to make sense of the world because they inherently knew that nature held all the secrets. And we have forgotten. We think we hold the secrets. We hold the key to the secrets. We don't hold the secrets. There's a difference to have the key to the door as opposed to the door. Mm-hmm. Our job is to take the key, find it to open the right door. Nature holds all these secrets, and we just don't get them. The view is always better, either at the top or at the bottom. In the middle, you don't have that three-dimensional look. But when you're riding up, you can feel the pull and the effort and the energy it takes to keep moving up. That's the same thing with life everywhere. If you're a vocalist, you want to see how much more you can do with your voice. That's that pull up the hill. If you're a dancer, how much can I get out of this motion? If you're an actor, you're always looking for the role that's going to pull you further up and take you into your next highest evolution. That's life. That's the ride of life. That's just taking it to the streets. Same thing coming down a hill. People don't realize that this thing called life is a sequence of turns, of climbs, of decline. When you're coming down, there are places in life where we go up just so we can come down. I used to downhill ski, and you get on that chairlift and swing your legs out over the open space, and you get up and get to the top, and you just ski off the little ramp, and then you look down, and the whole object of the game is to go down the mountain as fast, as smooth, and as gracefully as you can, just to get back on the chairlift and ride up. Same thing with a motorcycle. You go up to Mount Charleston, you come down the mountain, leaning into the curves, and it's a different lean coming down than it is going up. That's this thing called life. First memories I had of you that was real personal to me. Trent and Trinity must have been 5 and 6. And they were here visiting, and they were saying, "Grandmother, we know this song." And I said, "Okay, sing it for me." And they did this little duet called "I Believe I Can Fly." And I brought them to church, and I was so moved by the passion with which they sung it. I asked you, I said, "Joe, will you do me a favor?" This was in 2008, 2009. Will you record them so that when they get older and they forget who they are and and their self-confidence starts to wane, I want to be able to play this so that they know that one time they did believe they could fly. And I remember they were standing on the podium, little bitty guys, and you gave, "Okay, now here's your microphone," and they looked at each other like, "All right."
Yeah.
And they were just singing their little hearts out. And every now and then, when my humanness kicks in and I think, "Oh man, I don't know if I can do this," I go and I pull that up.
Really?
Oh yeah, I have that footage.
You do?
Yeah, and I believe I can fly. People say, "How do you ride with no hands?" And I'm thinking, how do you not ride without any hands? It's easy. So they're holding onto these handlebars for dear life. And the handlebars are not what keep you up. It's the balance. The handlebars are for making minor corrections. I rode just as well without any hands.
Right.
But I had to train my mind to turn loose of the illusion of control.
Riding with spirit in my pocket, taking it to the highway. Well, I'm riding with spirit in my pocket, taking it to the highway, knowing that I am free to decide, knowing that I'm free to decide. To ride with my hands up in the sky, to ride with my hands up in the sky, to ride with my hands up in the sky. Riding with spirit in my pocket, taking it to the highway. Well, I'm riding with spirit in my pocket, taking it to the highway, knowing that I am free to decide, knowing there's nothing there to hide. Oh, to ride with my hands up in the sky, to ride with my hands up in the sky, to ride with my hands up in the sky, to ride my hands up in the sky.
I'm Miss Bertha's baby girl, Judy-Ann Davis Young. And now I'm going to invite Miss JJ up. Namaste and go in peace, my friends. Before you go, she is going to sing us into this prayerful place. And I invite you to just go within and be and align your mind. You don't even have to know where it is, but align your mind with your understanding of God showing up as you. And so my practitioners, I invite them to stand as JJ leads us into this musical place. it is in this place where I am just still to allow the grace of God to rise up from the ethers and surround all that are in this place. For what I know is at the epic center of each soul, there is but the one living God. And that each one of us is a slipstream of the DNA of God. That God is that omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent source and force, that divine intelligence known by many names. Yahweh, Buddha, Krishna, Elohim, or the thing itself, it is God. And as I recognize all that God is, I know that I am one with that. For in my individualized, subjective experience of the one mind, I know that God speaks through me, loves through me, expresses its beauty and its goodness, its abundance and its grace in, through, and as me. And that my prayers reflect my consciousness. And if it's true for me, it's true for each one of us. For there is only one mind, and each one of us are tapping into it. So it's from this place that I declare, decree, and know it to be the absolute truth, that aligned with the truth of the one mind, of pure love, of pure perfection, pure abundance, it explodes in each one of our lives. That God goodness wells up and flows through the body of all of our affairs, through our emotional, our physical, our mental, our spiritual, and our personal affairs. There is but God. And so I speak my word for each one, knowing that we are the collective voice, and together we create. We have created that which is us. The Center for Spiritual Living Community, we are that. This is the place where God is. And each one is the epic center and goes out knowing that they carry that epic center of God with them wherever they go, that the Father withholdeth nothing from them, that like the woman who touched the hem of God's garment was healed, each one of us is healed from anything unlike the pure love, truth, perfection, wholeness, and goodness of God. For right here, right now, I am truly grateful to know that my Father and I are as one. So I can take all of this, toss it up, and let it land in the bountiful fields of love that surround us, releasing it into the law, that alchemy of love and law, letting it go, knowing it is so, and together we say, and so it is. Thank you. You may be seated. In your program, there is a connection card, and it looks like this. Please let us know who you are. If it's your first time here, your second time, or your 33rd time. Please fill in as much information as you are willing to share. Thank you for being here. We do have a couple of practitioners. If you should need prayer after service, what they call a 1-minute miracle. JJ, my sister from another mother, back here has her CD available. It's original works, and it is amazing. Please, if you're looking and say, well, what is this Center for Spiritual Living? There is a book out there, How to Speak Religious Science. It is in the lobby on our welcome table, and I will be happy to have the discussion with anyone. So, as you prepare your offertory gift, complete the card. If you do not have cash, there are green ATM cards in the back seat of the seat in back in front of you. You know what I meant, seat back in front of you. That I'm going to call up our 2 designated ushers. And what I ask you to do is to take your connection card, to take your offering, whatever you're going to give, and place it over your heart. And there's a reason I ask you to place it over your heart. I've practiced this in my own life. Don't give and don't do anything that you can't do from the heart. We're responsible for what we send out into the world and what we give out into the world. So give from a place of divine intention. So let us read this affirmation together. I know that as I give from my heart and soul, it is divine. Let us all, as one, rejoice in the spiritual experience of giving. And so it is.